Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Looking at the Universe Conversation Cheat Sheet. With this new conversation cheat sheet, you'll learn words like star, planet, the moon, and much more. Second, the Daily Conversations Infographic ebook. You'll learn over 100 conversational phrases with this new PDF ebook. Download it now for free. Third, 15 love phrases for Valentine's Day. If you don't know any romantic phrases, then this bonus is for you. You'll learn to say romantic phrases like "you're beautiful," "I have a crush on you," and more. Fourth, can you talk about books in your target language? Learn how to say novel, fiction, fantasy, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. And fifth, 20 must-know words and phrases for taking tests. Learn how to say pass, fail, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. Sixth, free audiobooks. Unlock our huge library of language learning audiobooks. Save them to any device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, take the 12-month challenge and get 12 months of Premium or Premium Plus at up to 45% off. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking with friends. After watching this video, you'll be able to have a casual conversation with a friend, and to say something is super. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina! Wow, è proprio forte!
Once more with the English translation.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina!
Hey, look at that car.
Wow, è proprio forte!
Wow, that's super cool. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, "Hey, look at that car." That's
Ehi, guarda quella macchina!
listen to it again.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina! Ehi, guarda quella macchina!
Now, how do you respond to this? First of all, you'll need to learn how to say wow. That's
Wow! Wow!
then you'll need to learn how to say that's super adjective. The pattern is
È proprio!
adjective. This Italian sentence literally translates as it's really adjective. But it means that's super adjective. For example, that's super cool.
È proprio forte! È proprio forte!
Here are a few more words you can use with the same pattern to talk about something. Cool,
Forte! Forte!
cool,
Forte!
beautiful,
Bello! Bello! Bella! Bella!
beautiful,
Bello! Bella!
new,
Nuovo! Nuovo! Nuova! Nuova!
new,
Nuovo! Nuova!
nice,
Carino! Carino! Carina! Carina!
nice,
Carino! Carina!
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina. È proprio bella.
Hey, look at that car.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina.
That's super beautiful.
È proprio bella. Ehi, guarda quella macchina. È proprio nuova.
Hey, look at that car.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina.
That's super new.
È proprio nuova. Ehi, guarda quella macchina. È proprio carina.
Hey, look at that car.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina.
That's super nice.
È proprio carina.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, hey, look at that car?
Ehi, guarda quella macchina.
Imagine you want to say something is super beautiful. Do you remember how to say beautiful?
Bella. Bella.
Say, that's super beautiful.
È proprio bella.
Now respond using beautiful.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina. È proprio bella.
Now imagine you want to say something is super new. Do you remember how to say new?
Nuova. Nuova.
Say, that's super new.
È proprio nuova.
Now respond using new.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina. È proprio nuova.
Now imagine you want to say something is super nice. Do you remember how to say nice?
Carina. Carina.
Say, that's super nice.
È proprio carina.
Now respond using nice.
Ehi, guarda quella macchina. È proprio carina.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use to talk with friends. You're now able to have a casual conversation like a native speaker. This is Ben Lee, and he's at a small grocery store. After finding something he likes, he points and says, "This, please."
Questo, per favore.
Listen to the conversation. Focus on Ben's request. Ready?
Questo, per favore.
Prego,
Once more with the English translation.
Questo, per favore.
This, please.
prego.
Here you are.
Let's take a closer look at how Ben asks for an item without knowing its name.
Do you remember how Ben Lee says, "This, please"?
Questo, per favore.
The standard way of asking for something follows a simple pattern. First is
Questo.
this.
Questo. Questo. Questo.
Is the masculine singular form of the word for this. It refers to something which is near the speaker. Ben uses it because he's pointing at something which is near to him. Next is
Per favore.
please.
Per favore. Per favore.
Altogether, it's
Questo, per favore.
this, please.
Questo, per favore.
Do you remember how the clerk says, "Here you are"?
Prego.
Prego.
Literally means "I pray," but it translates as "Here you are in this situation."
Prego. Prego.
Note,
Prego.
has multiple meanings depending on the situation. For example,
Prego.
means "you're welcome" after someone says "thank you."
Grazie.
It can also mean "how can I help you" in a shop or business, "come in" when inviting someone into a room, or "after you" when you'd like to offer someone the chance to go first. In this case, the word is used as an invitation to take something. "Here you are, go ahead"
Prego.
is from the verb
Pregare.
to pray.
Pregare. Prego.
Here you are in this case.
Prego.
The pattern is
Item. Per favore.
item, please.
Item. Per favore.
To use this pattern, simply replace the item placeholder with the thing you want. Imagine you'd like something from across the room. The pronoun to indicate something far from a speaker is
Quello.
that.
Quello. Quello.
Say, "that, please." Ready?
Quello, per favore.
That, please.
Quello, per favore.
The phrases questo per favore and quello per favore can be used to refer to an item without knowing its name in Italian. If you don't know the name of an item and consequently its gender, you can use these masculine pronouns. For items that are plural, use questi or these as the default. Questi. Use quelli or those for things that are far from you. Quelli. However, if you know the name of an item and you know its gender, you should use the appropriate gender. If it's a masculine noun, use the same masculine form that you use when you don't know the gender of something. For a feminine, singular noun, it's questa, this, questa, and quella, meaning that, quella. In the plural, queste, for this, queste, and quelle, for those, quelle.
Let's look at some more examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
Questo, per favore. Questo, per favore.
Quello, per favore. Quello, per favore.
Questi, per favore. Questi, per favore.
Quelli, per favore. Quelli, per favore.
Questo è quello, per favore. Questo è quello, per favore. Did you notice how I used a different sentence pattern? Questo è quello, per favore. I used the words questo and quello together. Questo è quello, per favore.
This and that, please.
Questo e quello, per favore. Questo,
This.
questo. Quello,
That.
quello.
When requesting multiple items, you can join them with the conjunction
E,
meaning and.
e,
And.
e.
The pattern is
Item e item, per favore.
item and item, please.
Item e item, per favore.
Let's review the key words.
Quello,
That.
quello. Quello. Questi,
These.
questi. Questi. Quelli,
Those.
quelli. Quelli.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say please? Per favore. Per favore. Do you remember how Ben says this, please?
Questo, per favore.
Questo, per favore. Do you remember how the clerk says, here you are?
Prego.
Prego. When you don't know the name of something, do you remember the word for that? Quello. Quello. When you don't know the name of something, do you remember the word for these? Questi. Questi.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Ben. You're at the grocery store to buy some bread, but you don't know the word. Instead, you point at it and say, this please. Ready?
Questo, per favore.
Prego.
Listen again and repeat.
Questo, per favore. Questo, per favore.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Sasha and you see some small snacks you'd like to try. Ask for these. Ready?
Questi, per favore.
Prego.
Listen again and repeat.
Questi, per favore. Questi, per favore.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Karen and you see a sandwich in the showcase far away. Ask for that. Ready?
Quello, per favore.
Prego.
Listen again and repeat.
Quello, per favore. Quello, per favore.
This is Sasha Lee. She's at a small grocery store and wants to buy some salt. She gets the clerk's attention and says, "Excuse me, do you have any salt?"
Scusi, avete il sale?
Listen to the conversation and focus on the question. Ready?
Scusi, avete il sale?
Sì, è qui.
Once more with the English translation.
Scusi, avete il sale?
Excuse me, do you have any salt?
Sì, è qui.
Yes, it's here.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Sasha asks, "Excuse me, do you have any salt?"
Scusi, avete il sale?
First is
Scusi.
meaning excuse me.
Scusi. Scusi.
Note, you may be familiar with
Scusa.
the informal form of excuse me. In this conversation, Sasha is speaking with someone she doesn't know, so she uses the formal form.
Scusi.
Next is the word
Avete.
meaning you have.
Avete. Avete. Avete.
Is a shortened form of
Voi avete.
you have, where you is plural, as in you all. In Italian, the
Voi.
is usually omitted. Note the plural form
Voi.
is used because Sasha is addressing the clerk as the representative of a group, in this case, the business.
Avete.
Is from the verb
Avere.
to have.
Avere.
After that is
Il sale.
the salt.
Il sale.
Let's start with
Sale.
salt.
Sale. Sale.
In Italian, all nouns have grammatical gender and are either singular or plural.
Sale.
Is masculine and singular, a fact which will determine the form of other words in the sentence. Before
Sale.
is the article.
Il.
Think of it like the in English.
Il. Il. Il.
Is masculine and singular to agree with.
Sale.
Together,
Il sale.
the salt.
Il sale.
Altogether,
Scusi, avete il sale?
this literally means, excuse me, you have the salt, but translates as, excuse me, do you have any salt?
Scusi, avete il sale?
Let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how the shop clerk says, yes, it's here?
Sì, è qui.
This starts with the expression,
Sì.
yes.
Sì. Sì.
It answers Sasha's question,
Scusi, avete il sale?
excuse me, do you have any salt? Next is,
È.
it is.
È. È.
Note, it is omitted as it is understood from context.
È.
Is from the verb
Essere.
to be.
Essere.
Last is the word
Qui.
here.
Qui. Qui.
Altogether, it's
Sì, è qui.
yes, it's here.
Sì, è qui.
The pattern is,
Avete item?
do you have item?
Avete item?
To use this pattern, simply replace the item placeholder with the thing you're looking for. Imagine you're looking for milk.
Il latte.
Milk.
Il latte. Latte.
Milk.
Latte. Latte. latte,
is masculine and singular. Before this is
il,
the
il
is masculine singular to agree with.
latte,
Together,
il latte,
the article
il,
does not have a corresponding English translation, but you'll need to include it when using this pattern. Italian often requires the use of articles when they are omitted in English. Say, do you have milk? Ready?
Avete il latte?
Do you have milk?
Avete il latte?
For this lesson, let's review definite articles for singular nouns. A definite article is like the English the, as in the milk.
The masculine definite articles are
il
as in
latte,
the milk,
l,
as in
l'antipasto,
the appetizer, and
lo,
as in
lo zucchero,
the sugar.
il,
Is used before masculine words that start with most consonant sounds.
l,
Is used before masculine words that start with a vowel.
lo,
Is used before masculine words that start with st, sp, gn, ps, z, y, x, or pn. The feminine definite articles are
la,
as in
la pizza margherita,
the margarita pizza, and
l,
when the following word begins with a vowel, as in
l'acqua,
the water. Some items are usually put into the plural form. For example, eggs.
le uova, le uova. Avete le uova?
Do you have eggs?
Avete le uova?
Let's look at some more examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
Avete il sale? Avete il sale?
Avete il latte? Avete il latte?
Avete l'acqua? Avete l'acqua?
Avete la frutta? Avete la frutta?
Dov'è lo zucchero? Dov'è lo zucchero? Did you notice how I replaced avete with dov'è? Dov'è lo zucchero?
Where is the sugar? With this question, you are presuming that the shop has sugar. First is,
Dov'è?
where is?
Dov'è? Dov'è? Dove?
Where?
Dove? È.
Is.
È. È.
Is from the verb,
Essere.
meaning to be.
Essere. Dove?
Is contracted with,
È.
to form,
Dov'è?
altogether.
Dov'è?
Where is?
Dov'è?
After this is,
Lo zucchero.
the sugar.
Lo zucchero. Zucchero.
Sugar.
Zucchero. Zucchero. Zucchero.
Is masculine and singular. Before this is,
Lo.
the.
Lo. Lo. Lo.
is masculine and singular to agree with.
Zucchero.
Note, because
Zucchero.
starts with the letter Z,
Lo.
is used. Altogether,
Dov'è lo zucchero?
this literally means, where is the sugar?
Dov'è lo zucchero?
This pattern is,
Dov'è? Item.
where is item?
Dov'è? Item.
You should be aware of this, but for this lesson, we'll use the pattern,
Avete item?
do you have item?
Avete item?
Let's review the new words.
Latte.
Milk,
Latte. Latte. Acqua.
water,
Acqua. Acqua. Frutta.
fruit,
Frutta. Frutta. Zucchero.
sugar,
Zucchero. Zucchero.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember the formal way to say, "Excuse me"? Scusi. Scusi. And how to say salt? Sale. Sale. And how to say the salt? Il sale. Il sale. Do you remember how Sasha Lee asks, "Excuse me, do you have any salt?"
Scusi, avete il sale?
Scusi, avete il sale? Do you remember how to say yes? Sì. Sì. And how to say here? Qui. Qui. Do you remember how the clerk says, "Yes, it's here"?
Sì, è qui.
Sì, è qui. Do you remember how to say milk? Latte. Latte. And how to say the milk? Il latte. Il latte. Do you remember how to say sugar? Zucchero. Zucchero. And how to say the sugar? Lo zucchero. Lo zucchero. Do you remember how to say fruits? Frutta. Frutta. Do you remember how to say the fruit? La frutta. La frutta.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Sasha Lee, and you're at the grocery store. Get the shopkeeper's attention and ask if they have milk. Ready?
Scusi, avete il latte?
Sì, è qui.
Listen again and repeat.
Scusi, avete il latte? Scusi, avete il latte?
Let's try another. Imagine you're Karen Lee, and you're at the grocery store to buy fruit. Ready?
Scusi, avete la frutta?
Sì, è qui.
Listen again and repeat.
Scusi, avete la frutta? Scusi, avete la frutta?
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Ben Lee, and you're at the grocery store to buy sugar. Ready?
Scusi, avete lo zucchero?
Sì, è qui.
Listen again and repeat.
Scusi, avete lo zucchero? Scusi, avete lo zucchero?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to learn a language in 2022. If you're planning to learn a language in 2022, then this episode is for you, especially if you want to finally succeed with your New Year's resolution, instead of failing or giving up in the next week or two. That's why today you'll discover 1. The 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language, and 2. How to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. But first, if you're looking for some free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Going to the Mountains Conversation Cheat Sheet. Learn all the must-know words and phrases for hiking and camping with this new cheat sheet. Second, the Most Common Adjectives PDF ebook. Master over 90 common adjectives with this bonus PDF picture ebook. You can download and review it on any device. Third, what's your New Year's resolution? With this bonus phrase list, you'll learn to say common goals like read more, save money, and learn a language. Fourth, the Winter Words and Phrases Writing Workbook. You'll learn over 60 words and phrases for the winter and holiday season and practice writing them with this printable PDF writing workbook. Download it for free right now. Fifth, must-know email words and phrases. Learn how to say email, reply, spam, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to learn a language in 2022. Part 1. The 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language. Every time you start a new language, you should start with 1. Goals, 2. Anchor points, 3. Grammar, 4. Reading. What are these 4 steps, and why do you need them to succeed with language learning? Let's jump in. The first one is goals. Everything starts with a goal, but your goal itself can also lead you to failure if you don't set it the right way. So more specifically, you need to set small, measurable monthly goals instead of just, I want to learn a language and be fluent this year. We'll cover goals in the second part of this episode, so stay tuned. After goals, the second step is setting anchor points. What are anchor points? Imagine a small ship in the middle of a big lake. It's windy, lots of waves, and the ship is bobbing up and down, drifting all around. What would you use to stop the ship from drifting away? An anchor. And just like an anchor keeps the ship in place, anchor points keep you from drifting away from your language. So an anchor point is a connection to the language that keeps you attached to the language and motivated to learn the language. One great example is language school. Imagine you signed up and paid thousands of dollars up front. Paying that much would motivate you to make the most of your time there. It's also a big commitment, one that you can't easily back out of. And school dictates your schedule. You have to wake up early, you have to do homework. Your life revolves around the classes. And as such, language school and the language itself become anchor points that your life revolves around. Anchor points can also be family or a partner that speaks the language you're learning. You're around them, you're exposed to the language, so your motivation to learn gets a bit stronger. Buying a language learning program or textbook are also examples of good anchor points. You invested your hard-earned money, which means you're serious about learning. Plus, you want to make sure your investment doesn't go to waste, so you're more motivated. If you're wondering if you have any anchor points, you already have at least one. You're watching our lessons on YouTube. But the more anchor points you have, the stronger your motivation will be. So if you're into music or TV shows in your target language, those can serve as anchor points too. These are things that connect you to the language and add a bit of motivation to learn more, or at the very least, understand what you're watching or listening to. We covered goals and anchor points. What's next? The third step is you must have a good grasp of grammar of your native language. Now, you might wonder, if you're learning a new language, why focus on your native language? Well, as native speakers, the problem is we know what good grammar sounds like, but we can't explain how or why our language works the way it works. So if you don't have a good grasp of grammar, the backbone or the rules of a language, then you'll have a tough time learning a new language. You'll jump in and start learning words and phrases, but you'll never learn how to put them together and make sentences. That's a common problem beginners have. Now, if you already know the grammar of your native language, how do you apply that to your target language? For example, if you're an English speaker, and if you know that English sentences follow the subject, verb, object pattern, and if you know that languages have specific sentence patterns, then you'd go look at patterns. Then you'd have a good idea of how to create your own sentences, instead of learning random words first. Finally, the fourth step is reading. Reading is good simply because you can do it anywhere, anytime, and without a teacher. It's a skill you can get started on day one, on your own. Reading also tends to spill over into other areas. The more you read, the more words and grammar rules you come across, so you boost your vocabulary and grammar, which can seep into speaking and listening. If you read out loud, you're practicing two skills at once. Now, we've covered what you need: goals, anchor points, reading, and grammar. Setting anchor points, knowing your own grammar, and reading are simple enough, but how do you set goals that don't lead you to failure? Part 2. How to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. The goal that you set can make or break your language learning journey, so setting the right goals makes all the difference between success and failure. Just think about all of the common New Year's resolutions. What comes to mind? Goals like, I want to be fluent someday. I want to speak the language. I want to lose weight. I want to save more money. These big, vague goals often lead to failure because you simply have no idea how to approach the goal and you don't know what you're aiming for. Instead, your goals should be small, measurable, and monthly. For example, speak 1 minute of conversation by the end of the month. Learn 100 words by the end of the month. Finish Chapter 1 of your language textbook by the end of the month. If you're using our program, finish 20 audio lessons by the end of the month. All of these are small and specific. 1 minute, 100 words, 1 chapter, 20 audio lessons. This means that they're easy to reach, unlike something vague like fluency. They're also measurable. You know when you reach 1 minute. You can check if you know all 100 words or if you finished all 20 lessons. If you aim for fluency, you won't know when you hit it. It's too vague and too big of a goal, and it may take years to hit. Finally, all of these goals have a deadline, the end of the month. That would mean January 31st of this year. Deadlines give you a clear date to aim for, and without one, you'll forever be floating around without much progress. So set a deadline for the end of every month. So now that you know how to set small, measurable monthly goals, leave us a comment. What's your small, measurable monthly goal, and what's the deadline? So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to learn a language in pairs. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Want to learn your target language fast and understand native conversations, even if you're a beginner? In this Learning Strategies video, you'll learn all about the line-by-line dialogue, a powerful study tool that 1. Makes understanding conversations a breeze for beginners, and 2. Improves your speaking, listening, reading, and even writing skills. But first, if you don't yet have access to this tool and our lessons, just click the link down in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now. 1. What is the line-by-line dialogue exactly? The line-by-line dialogue is a study tool that makes absorbing conversations easier, and you'll find it in all of our audio lessons inside of our learning program. It breaks down the conversations you learn in our lessons into individual lines so that you don't get overwhelmed. For each line, you get the text in the target language, the translations, and audio pronunciation, so you can listen to each line, read along, and understand every single word. And you can also use the line-by-line dialogue to perfect your speaking, reading, listening, and writing skills. How? Take a look. 2. How to improve your speaking skills. The easiest way to start speaking on your own is to shadow what you hear, meaning repeat what you hear as you play each line. Just press the audio icon next to each line to hear it and shadow along. Next, if you want to perfect your pronunciation, click on the microphone icon to start recording. Then record and compare your pronunciation with the native speakers. These tactics get you speaking in minutes, and if you apply these to every lesson, you'll be speaking a lot more of your target language. Next, here's how you master listening. Since the line-by-line dialogue is a line-by-line breakdown of the conversation, you can listen to each line separately, as much as you want. Click on the audio icon to listen again and again and review the script. Read along so that you can pick apart every word. That way, you can understand those fast, native-level conversations and never miss a word. 4. Here's how you can practice reading. As you listen to the conversation, read along line by line. And if you don't know a word, click on the translations. They're right there in the line-by-line dialogue. You can even read with the Romanized script to help you sound out the words. And finally, here's how you can practice writing. Now, this advice is not something you'll hear very often because it's so simple. It's so simple that most people don't even think of doing it. Here it is. Just grab a pen and copy the lesson dialogue down into a notebook. The big benefit here is there's no writer's block. You don't have to worry about what to write. It's all there for you. So, if you want to learn your target language faster, understand native-level conversations, and improve your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills, then get free access to the line-by-line dialogue. Sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up. You want to understand real-life conversations in your target language, right? Well, what if you could immerse yourself in conversations and listen to them as much as you want, like you would music, and start understanding and speaking more of your target language? Well, you can do all of this with the dialogue track. And in this video, you'll discover how the dialogue track 1. Immerses you in the language, 2. Helps you memorize conversations easily, and 3. Gets you speaking more. But if you don't have access to our lessons and the dialogue track, then sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. First, what is the dialogue track? The dialogue track is a quick 10 to 30-second audio track with just the conversation of the lesson. Let's say you're doing a 5-minute lesson about ordering food at a restaurant. First, you hear a conversation. Then our teachers explain every grammar rule and translate every word. And by the end, you know what it all means. Now, if you want to re-listen to that conversation without retaking the whole lesson, that's where the dialogue track comes in. It gives you just the conversation without any translations, so you can re-listen to the conversation or download to review at a later time. Second, here's what makes the dialogue track so powerful. First, you remember the conversations easier. Just listen on repeat like you would with a song, and the words, phrases, and grammar rules will stick better. And the more you come back to re-listen, the better it will all stick. Second, you improve your listening skills and can immerse yourself in the language. Imagine you've finished 20 lessons, and you downloaded 20 dialogue tracks to your phone. That's 20 conversations. Create a playlist and play those 20 tracks as you're going about your day. You'll immerse yourself in the language and quickly improve your listening skills. Third, you start to speak more of your target language. So if you have 10, 20, or 100 dialogue tracks like that, then you have 10, 20, or 100 conversations that you'll know inside out and that you can use in real life. And as a result, you end up speaking more of your target language. So, if you want to start understanding conversations, take advantage of the dialogue tracks, which are available inside every one of our audio lessons. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up. Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Going to the Mountains conversation cheat sheet. You'll learn all the must-know words and phrases for hiking and camping with this new cheat sheet. Download it for free right now. Second, the Most Common Adjectives PDF ebook. You'll master over 90 common adjectives with this bonus PDF picture ebook. You can download and review it on any device. Third, what's your New Year's resolution? With this bonus phrase list, you'll learn to say common goals like read more, save money, and learn a language. Fourth, the Winter Words and Phrases Writing Workbook. You'll learn over 60 words and phrases for the winter and holiday season, and practice writing them with this printable PDF writing workbook. Download it for free right now. Fifth, must-know email words and phrases. Learn how to say email, reply, spam, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. Sixth, looking for a new language learning app? With the Innovative 101 app, you'll learn language fast and start speaking in minutes because the audio and video lessons are just 3 to 15 minutes long. Learning is that easy. Download Innovative 101 for free for the Android, iPhone, and iPad. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, get 55% off 24-month premium with our extended holiday deal. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.